Me and the boys who are dry beaters in a world full of lotion users. Never ask a woman her age, a man, his salary, Apple, why they increased their shipments from India since March. Me when I tell a teacher I don't know the answer and they respond with yes you do. My honest reaction when a smoker tries to give me health or financial advice. Guys, my local bakery stopped making that one pastry I like. Medium rare according to TikTok. What happened to him? He posted a meme from X on Reddit. 12-year-old me making fun of my parents for going to bed early. Me now going to bed at 9 PM. My god, I get it. How it feels when someone says X instead of Twitter. Say something smart, Kowalski. Sleep is just a free trial of Dealt Bud with ads. Me, I'll just rest my eyes for 5 minutes. Also me, wakes up in 2074 with 4 missed apocalypses. Me on my way to help my grandma, cause she needs a big strong boy to help her carry groceries. When a group of guy people ask me for directions, and I tell them to go straight. Cookies, accept all, reject all, you guys have options? Jurassic Park movie, Jurassic Park book. How IT guys look at people who accept all cookies when browsing and set up updates to automatic. Teacher, age doesn't matter, follow your passion. Toby, age 3, alcoholic. In the mood to disappear into the woods and become local folklore. When you are given a task and was left alone, done. When you are given a task and you must perform it in front of the evaluators. One more reply, looks inside, no reply. How I feel staying inside all day hyperfixating on my interests while other people my age ape, smoke, drink, take snus and other substances, party and all the above. Telling my friend's mom, I didn't know he had a sister. Telling my friend's sister, I didn't know he had 2 moms. Me beside my mom, after making fun of how ridiculous her favorite soap opera is. That one time I said you two to the waiter, who told me to enjoy my meal. Me, 9 years later, trying to fall asleep. Sony naming PlayStations. Sony naming every other product they make. Me feeling energized and happy on my first day at the job, wondering why everyone was warning me about work. Me now, my god, I get it. Look what they need to mimic a fraction of our power. The split second you realize you're about to step on a Lego. When the person who just asked you out loses interest immediately after you say yes. Hold on. This whole operation was your idea. To be is to do. Socrates. To do is to be. Can't. Doobie doobie doo. Scooby doo. What happened to him? He went down the metal slide on a heat day in shorts. God, I ducking love breakfast pizza. Pumping one out is a natural sleep aid. Kind guy who genuinely wants to help me with my problems. Me for no good reason. What will you do after your graduation? Me, the work is mysterious and important. Toddlers. Cats. Interrupting when you peep. Alarm set for 3 hours and 20 minutes from now. Female or something. I don't know, I'm not a scientist. Man. Woman. Right. Bulk. Poor. Rich. Asian. Parents who call their son Toffer instead of Chris. Well, I guess it's time to speed up and not let anyone pass. Keep left unless overtaking. Next 1.3 kilometers. When you're in an argument and realize you were being a jerk. I have a lot of Boeing jokes. Tell me a good one. Can't, none of them lands. When your bro is saying bad words, but you need to look good to your crush. Swearing doesn't make you cool. Me viewing houses worth 6 million and be like, no, I don't like the kitchen. That embarrassing thing I did in 7th grade. Me. When I'm in a finding sharp objects competition and my opponent is my bike tire. You find a new content creator. Socials besides YouTube and Twitch. It's behind a paywall. They are selling feet pic. Taking a week off the gym and still throwing weights around. I'm still worthy. Write a post on Reddit how all women need to change so that they can date you. Be interesting and bathe daily in seal. How it feels when the entire class gets in trouble just because one kid misbehaved. I love you. What? Why? Are you sure? Is this a joke? Are you mentally unstable perhaps? Waking up on April 15th after doing your taxes the night before because you're not a procrastinator. I hope you are hungry for part 2. Fear of commitment. Fear of change. Me. How it feels as an ex-cinema employee seeing the behavior of people in the Minecraft movie. The urge to watch YouTube shorts leaving my body the second I finish studying for exam. Jack Bulk himself showing up to a Minecraft showing to tell people to stop throwing popcorn everywhere. Stop. When you're taking a shot in the Guitar Center bathroom and the next stall over tells you to turn down the mids, raise the gain, and lower the bass. When your blood, sweat, and tears produce 100 milliliters of best milk, but the baby only wants to drink 30 milliliters. He has to drink the whole potion. Nashville Heat Chicken. Dubai Chocolate. What the hell do you know about the Cumberland Gap? Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. They're the same picture. My bulk ace back in 2012 when the cute white girl I'm talking to online asks for a pic. It's a cat. It's a feline. It's a meow mobile. It's a car. Because I'm clinically stupid. My mind trying to process calculus. POV, 3 AM prepping for a colonoscopy and you have a decision to make. When you try to go full fusion, but end up screaming in the backyard for 12 minutes. No ads. Give me $1. You find a fanfic with an interesting concept. It's a concept you've been thinking about. It's very well written with minimal spelling and grammatical errors. It's over a 100k words. It gets regular updates. News, his parents died at car accident. Me with bunch of Fs. How lucky am I? Me when I do my homework. No teacher, you forgot the homework. Versus me when I don't do my homework. Yeah, there is no homework. The method never works. When you are looking for a reason to fire someone, but don't want to be too obvious. The work is mysterious and important. What if our stools would came in a single file rather than pieces? Stop. Me every time I see Gwen and Miles in Across the Spider-Verse. I'm so lonely. When you're eating eggs, and it starts to taste like you're eating eggs. A feminist got so tired. She wanted to punch my face. Protect da queen. Click click. They do not know da we. I fear no man. But that thing. Me forgetting letter A. When search for r/I bleach. It scares me. The bride. The groom. The bride's battle mech who gain self-awareness through their psychic link. What if it's actually my dog's shut opinion? Bait used to be believable. My reaction to your dog's shut opinion is bait. Katy Perry calls it The Earth is Flat by my new single, Beyond the Ice Wall. Women. Beard is men's makeup. With beard. Without beard. True. I have an Android. I have a Samsung. I come from a time where Breath of the Wild stood for bottom of the well, not Breath of the Wild. Take socks and shoes off after a long day. Feel the scent of freshly baked bread want into my nostrils. Be nice to smokers. Their problem doesn't affect you. 1. Ignore smokers. 2. Smokers are the scram of the earth and deserve to be treated like shit. 3. When I see a baby whose ears are pierced. Life quack. When you have a splinter, just ducking hell yourself. End your life and the pain will go away. Taylor Swift's carbon footprint. Katy Perry going to space for inspiration or some such shit. Grandpa, how did you survive the 2008 recession? Money can't buy happiness, mother duckers, when they see me with my rainbow colored propeller hat and comically large lollipop. A man with a beard and sport car. I don't care about superficial things. Men are so superficial. Wisdom tooth. What is my purpose? You cause pain and get removed. Oh god. It's almost that time of year again. Mop. Turn off the computer. Let it rest. Fridge that has been working since the breakup of Yugoslavia. My immune system raises body temperature to fight infection. Me takes medicine to lower body temperature. My immune system. Come over. Me. Why? What you need? A weasel in my meat safe. Me. Sorry I'm late. I broke down on the way to work. Boss, is your car working fine now? Me. Car. Boss. Me. My dad swears he doesn't have a favorite. Cypress Woods High School. Class of 2021. Valedictorian. Texas A&M Mechanical Engineering. Class of 2021. Not valedictorian. We are still proud of you. Justin. My little brother who's almost deaf admitted to the whole family that he will just turn off his hearing aids when he doesn't want to hear us. Like he be getting yelled at, and this boy will simply mute the haters. I think he's a king for that. At least once a month, I randomly remember that Dr. Phil once invited the creator of the Bum Fights video series on his show to confront him about exploiting vulnerable people for financial gain, only for him to show up dressed up as Dr. Phil and point out he does the same exact thing. The risks were calculated, but man am I bad at math. You are permanently banned from using calculator. Okay. Pro tip, if a man ever wants you to watch one of his boring man movies with him, you don't even have to pay attention, just turn to him and go holy shut every time the music gets really loud. One time, I bought an illegal CD from someone in Greece. When I played it, it was 47 straight minutes of someone saying, "I'm a homeless man that just stole €5 from you. I'm a homeless man that just stole €5 from you." I was shocked, dismayed, and low-key impressed. I have an uncle who responds to text messages after 2 months. No one knows where he lives exactly, and he shows up when he wants to. He is one of my role models. There's a lady on the train knitting so aggressively and quickly that her needles clack like some sort of cartoon character, and I'm super intimidated. She smashed out a shawl in like 35 minutes and now she's aggressively eating a sandwich. I can't. That sandwich is gone. Packet of chips? Gone. Fuel for the knitting machine that she is. She's at it again. These 4 Maroons were arrested after they lifted a passbook update machine instead of an ATM in a hurry from the SBI building. Dad, I made pizza. Alright. Let's try it. It's delicious. I love thin crust. So good. Nom nom. I was in a taxi. Then the driver said I love my job. I'm my own boss. Nobody tells me what to do. I then told him to turn right. When I was in 8th grade, this kid used to ask to use the bathroom all the time just to leave class. He didn't really have to go. One day the teacher said just pee in your pants, and he said okay, and ducking did it, right there at his desk. I'll never forget you, Jason. That was badass. I refuse to read translations. I read everything in its original language, even if I don't speak it. I have read the entirety of Les Miserables in French, Divine Comedy in Italian, Don Quixote in Spanish, and Brothers Karamazov in Russia, without understanding a single word. Duck translations in Duck English, that is all I have to say. African man has been living in isolation for 55 years due to his fear of women. How did the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog become the typical sentence that contains all letters of the alphabet and not Sphinx of bulk quartz? Judge my vow, which is objectively a million times cooler. This isn't about my parents, but rather I told. I was at my cousin's house and his other girl cousin was in town. She didn't see me much. After a while of talking to her, I told her I had a twin and she wouldn't believe me. I left the room, changed, and came back saying I was my own twin and convinced her. I was 7 and she was 13. Pilots low-key have aura when they walk past you in the airport. Tried to let one get on the escalator first, and he said no, don't worry about me, I'm in no rush. They can't go anywhere without me. I learned that the Animal Planet reality series River Monsters ended because star Jeremy Wade was able to catch essentially every exceptionally large freshwater fish species on Earth, leaving no remaining content for the show. The untold truth of River Monsters. Mr. Shapiro, you have milk in your refrigerator, but I see no cows in your field. You are hiding Abigail Shapiro under the floorboards, are you not? I love cheating. If you don't cheat, what the hell is wrong with you? Have you ever been cheated on? I forgot some people are in relationships. To clarify, I love to violate academic integrity on exams. I have one. When I was 14, I really wanted another sibling, so I used those needles you put on shots to poke a hole into all of my parents' condos. I didn't think it would work, but about 4 months later my mom told me she was pregnant. Now I have a 10-year-old little sister. I haven't ever told anyone what I've done, and it's my biggest secret. I don't regret doing it though. A kid at my school has a panini maker, so he sells paninis to other students and everyone called him the Panini Man. But the campus police people shut him down because it's not legal to sell food if it's not a bake sale or whatever. So now he's the paper towel man, and he sells paper towels, but with each paper towel purchase, you get a free panini. LMAO, I'm at my school talent show and dude says, before I begin, I want to make sure this mic is working. If your name is Michael, please stand up. Then a couple dudes stand up, and he goes. That concludes the mic check. Justin Bieber revealed Hailey Bieber has an amazing natural fragrance. She smells like Ariana Grande. Incredible customer service. Don't touch yourself. Ask the staff. Thank you. Hello. I can post your artwork. I always ask artists to pay $7 for a publication. Is it possible for you? Can I do payment NDN? What is DN? D's nuts. The pet store dropped him off to be euthanized because his feet fell off. One of our staff decided to adopt him and named him Lieutenant Dan. Oh god, I feel so hungover from last night. Apparently 5 cans of soda then a half a pound of M&Ms in an hour is not a good idea. I was riding in an Uber with a guy male colleague when his Grindr app notification went off on his phone. The female Uber driver said, I know that sound. My husband plays that game all the time. My 3-year-old asked how long he had to wait until he could stop listening to me. I told him he had to listen to me for the rest of his life. He looked me dead in the eyes and said, I'll listen to you for the rest of your life. Toddlers are cold-blooded, man. This old lady came to the bank I work at to withdraw $10. I told her that for withdrawals less than $100 she has to use the ATM. So she asked to withdraw $1,000 in $10 bills. It snapped but I counted it out and handed her the money. She took $10, gave me $990 and said deposit this. A honey badger in a South African wildlife center escaped his enclosure twice to fight the lions in the exhibit beside his, built towers out of rocks and sticks to climb over his wall, and when introduced with a mate, stood on her head to unlock the gate and get out once again. This was at my door. I'm dead. Dear neighbors, I hope this note finds you well. I feel like it is my duty to inform you that because our son, Chris, successfully accomplished his grade goals for the semester, that he is getting the drum set that we promised him. With that said, he will be practicing daily between the hours 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., which sounds like a very long time, but he is very passionate. Trust us that we are going to be just as annoyed as you. Truthfully, we did not expect him to pull off the 3.7 GPA or higher goal, but the ducker pulled it off lol. Anyway, please reach out to us if the noise ever becomes too unbearable. Here's some Tequila to help bear the pain. Please call anytime. The things we do for our kids lol. Kind regards. I was disgusted, concerned, and confused all at the same time. Please don't spit gum in urinals. There are 3 bins available. Makes the gum taste bad as well. As a mortician, I always tie the shoelaces together of the dead, cause if there is ever a zombie apocalypse, It will be hilarious. John Chicky don't know who, a merchant marine from New York City, snuck into the war zone in Vietnam in the 60s to deliver beer to his 3 enlisted buddies from back home. It is known as the greatest beer run ever and has a documentary made about it. So this kid just rang my bell dressed in an all-red costume and said trick or treat. I'm like, dude, Halloween was yesterday. He said, I know, I'm a period, sorry I'm late. I gave him all my leftover candy. The same cleaning goop before and after use in my cat. I wish I look like ScarJo so I can jack off to my reflection. A 25 tug of war team with world's strongest men couldn't pull me out of Scarlett Johansson. I'm in a Walmart parking lot watching a woman who can't remember where she parked. Every time she holds her remote in the air, I honk my horn. My wife wasn't thrilled when I put this Lego Millennium Falcon on our wedding registry. To not seem completely self-indulgent, I told her I'd wait until we had kids to build it. Today, after 10 patient years, the adventure begins. Dear veteran, even though some may hate you or think they should take your place, you still matter. Even if you think you're ugly or think you're disgusting, you still fought for your country. I wouldn't be writing this letter if it weren't for you. Thanks. Female fish will fake awesomes to trick males into thinking they've successfully mated. Then the female will swim off to find a better partner. I stopped ducking fish for this reason. This doctor was convinced that H. pylori bacteria causes stomach ulcers, but nobody believed him. So he drank the bacteria himself, got stomach ulcers, cured it himself, and won a Nobel Prize.